Hi, I'm Persis, and welcome to another blockbusting geek episode of Tomboy Tirade. This week, my co-host Raven and I are called into Gotham City Police Department to investigate some of DC Comics' most iconic villains. Our investigations take us into deep, dark places.
Namely, the Gotham City archives.
So boring. Shut up, Raven. Archives are fun. You never know what you'll find. Anyway, as I was saying, our missing villains case leads us to some seriously dark places of Gotham. But we're not alone in this adventure. Christine Hassel, social media manager of Geek Girl Con, aka Kitty Woman, and Ryan, sub-editor of JustSaying.Asia, her sidekick, joins us to talk about everything DC.
So what are we waiting for? Let's get this episode started!
There's nothing, absolutely nothing here that'll give us the lead on where Dr. Crane, Dr. Harrison Wells, and Papa Midnight have disappeared to. It's like they vanished into thin air. And it doesn't help that the Batman, Flash, and Constantine are calling us almost every second.
Just another day at Gotham City PD. Did you check missing persons?
Not yet. I've been running around like a headless chicken around Gotham City questioning people. Strange people.
Well, maybe. If you have told them we are also from Tomboy Tirade, Asia's biggest and only all-female English comedy chat podcast, they might just tell you something.
I did. I even told them it's not pronounced tirade or tirade, but tirade, the way we like to say it. And you know what? It didn't even move a rock amongst these people. Gotham City is just an evil, evil, dark place with people living under some blanket of fear. I can't even move around without feeling I'm being stalked or watched by someone.
Well, Persis, you're almost half blind anyway. You have super bad eyesight. You could have just missed something in this case.
Whatever. Oh God, here we go again. Porn lines ringing again, off the hook.
Hey, if it's Batman, tell him Alfred just picked up his cape from the laundromat.
Yeah. Detective Persis, Gotham City PD.
Detective Persis, it's me, Christine. Kitty Girl, long-lost cousin of Catwoman.
Yeah, I know who you are. Hey Raven, it's Kitty Girl.
What?
So, Kitty Girl, what's up?
Get the squad out of there, now. The Flash is in pursuit of Dr. Harrison Wells, who is the Flash in reverse.
Shit, where are they now?
A couple of miles away, which should be any moment now. Get to Wayne Tower and meet me there in half an hour if you can. Hurry!
Okay. Raven, set the alarms off now! Good Flash and Bad Flash are heading right here!
What?
Just do it now!
Okay, don't scream at me!
Kitty Woman, get to safety. We'll meet you at the back.
Roger that.
Please evacuate this building.
You're here! Duck!
I don't know who you are.
Well, you do, Barry. We've been at this a long time, you and I. But I'm always one step ahead.
I know, Rave, but it looks like we're in for a rough time now that Good and Bad Flash are at each other's crotches.
Well, at least we have Kitty Woman on our side.
And me.
Huh? Who are you?
Yeah.
I'm Ryan. Kitty Woman, Christine's sidekick. Besides being a fanboy of DC Comics and comics in general, I also help her out on superhero Comic-Con missions.
Do you have an alias? Because Ryan doesn't really capture a very superheroic moment.
Actually, he doesn't need one. The less conspicuous he is, the better equipped he is for that superhero sidekick work.
But it's so boring. Come on.
Yeah, you need an awesome name. Yeah, speaking of which, your comic book heroine name is awesome. So tell us more about yourself, Christine.
Let's see. I am a first generation Filipino American who lives in Seattle. Growing up, my mother didn't let me watch much TV. So
Yay, Philippines!
yeah,
Mom
Philippines
doesn't let you
represent.
watch TV. I can relate
Represent!
to that. Totally. And guess what I'm working in right now?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Sorry, we derailed you.
It's fine. But she did let me watch a lot of PBS, so I got to watch a lot of Sesame Street. And I also started watching Monty Python and Doctor Who, like a lot of British television, which starting to watch Doctor Who when I was a kid kind of opened the door for kind of geeky, nerdy things. My dad was a Marvel fan. Actually, he loved all comics. But he loved Star Wars and Star Trek. So growing up, I got to see all the Star Wars and Star Treks with my parents. And because he played the French horn, he loved film scores. So it was just kind of a natural progression to love like John Williams and other film score composers. And there's still parts of like the Howard Shore's Lord of the Rings film scores that make me weepy just because they're so beautiful. So the things I kind of geek out
Same
about
here.
now is I love Miyazaki and all things Avatar, Airbender.
Oh, high five, girlfriend!
That's right.
Woohoo!
I aspire to be a firebender.
Ah.
Just to show that firebenders can be good too.
So how did you get involved in Geek Girl Con? Like, how did this whole thing come about?
The origin story of Geek Girl Con was that there was a panel at San Diego Comic-Con in 2010, and the panel was called Geek Girls Exist. And it ended up being a packed panel. And after the panel was over, a lot of the women and folks just kind of stayed around afterwards and started talking about, wow, look at all the female nerds and geeks, and look how we're kind of here and we're part of the fandom, but kind of been marginalized for so many years to kind of go, oh, you don't read comics, you're buying it for your boyfriend or your husband, or, oh, you can't play video games, so on and so forth. So after that panel in 2010, a bunch of people started communicating through social media, and that's how Geek Girl Con started.
That's so cool, yeah.
So the first convention took place in October of 2011, and I attended, and it was so cool to see just the diversity. So just the diversity of seeing so many female geeks, and also seeing people of color. So seeing not just white nerd men, but just seeing, I was like, wow, there's Filipino nerds, and there's,
Yay!
wow, we are everywhere. This is fantastic. So
Mabuhay!
that's right. So just kind of it was 2 days of really being validated that you saw people of all different ethnicities. You saw people of, gay, lesbian. You saw just there was so much diversity and so much intersectionality that it was amazing. So I got involved with the convention, or I got involved with the organization basically a couple of months later. So I've been with them since 2011. And every year we've had a convention.
Is it getting bigger? Is it getting interest from girls outside or women outside of the United States?
Yes, we have actually two. Last year or the year before last, we actually had several volunteers come because they were fans of our convention. They came as far away as Australia to volunteer. And we're getting more recognition kind of throughout the United States and globally. One of the cool things, and I'll stop talking about Geek Girl Con, is we had Gail Simone come. And
Nice.
she did something that you wouldn't really have her do, say, at another convention. She basically was, at signing tables and meeting people. And she kind of put the word out and said, if you are interested in getting into comics and you have a portfolio, why don't you come bring it and I'll take a look and I'll tell you like what you need to work on. And that kind of face-to-face time, you probably could never get at like San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con just because it's so big and it's so huge. But at Geek Girl Con, we have this definite sense of community, and it's small while at the same time being 6,000 people and 7,000 people over a couple of days.
So how can you like attend Geek Girl Con?
We are selling passes. Our convention this year, it's our 5th convention, and we're really excited about it because it's kind of a milestone, 5 years for us. It takes place October 10th and 11th, and if you go to geekgirlcon.com, there'll be a little button right at the top, buy passes, and every year we sell out either the day of when the convention opens, or we sell out before. So we very, very gently recommend that people buy those passes, because we have folks that walk up and they're like, "Oh, you're sold out," and I'm like, "Yes, we are."
Yeah. And where can we find you on social media, as for yourself and for Geek Girl Con?
Oh, sure. For Geek Girl Con, pretty much anywhere online, you can find us at Geek Girl Con on Tumblr, LinkedIn, Pinterest. We're everywhere. And for me, you can find me online anywhere you can find German City Girl. So one word, that's me.
Let's hear more from our second guest, Ryan. How did you end up being the official superhero sidekick?
Well, it's really simple. I got bitten by a radioactive comic book, which is completely a lie.
Oh.
Wait, so your parents didn't die?
No, that's exactly what makes me unique. My tragedy is that my parents did not die. So they actually, set a curb on how much I can spend on comics.
Yeah, so how do you get into this whole comic book writing besides just being a superhero? And because you're a comic book writer, right?
Yeah, I write comic books. I'm also the sub-editor for JustSaying.Asia, which effectively makes me a sidekick even in my day job.
Nice.
Well, as comic book fandom goes, I'm actually a bit of an insult to the family because I started off as a Marvel fan. Yes, I was brought up on Spider-Man, X-Men, and a pretty good dose of Spawn. And it was watching Bruce Timm's Batman animated series that actually converted me to DC.
Yeah, that was a very groundbreaking cartoon, wasn't it? It was just
it was
time.
It was actually sick.
In so many ways.
I loved it.
Sick. It was badass.
Exactly.
and I think the comic book character Harlequin actually was an original creation from that cartoon series. So where are you at now in terms of comic books? What kind of titles are you working on?
I mean, I do love noir. I love detective stuff and all that, but for me, when it comes to comics, at the end of the day, it's all about men who can fly. Which is ironic because my first character, Salvation Sam, can't fly.
Well, I like this. I like Salvation Sam already. I actually saw a bit of the artwork yesterday. And tell us more about Salvation Sam. How did the whole idea for Salvation Sam come about? That'll be interesting to hear.
Right. So I have a friend named Sam.
Yeah.
And usually on weekends after graduation, whenever we want to meet up, he'll be like, "No, man, I can't because my mom's church is having a fair and I need to go help out over there."
Right.
So me and my other friend eventually came up with the theory that Sam wasn't actually going to church. He was actually, by day and night, a superhero named Salvation Sam.
Okay.
Yeah, as to why Salvation, it's because, and I kid you not, that's Salvation Army is exactly where we bought our prom attires. No, because we needed a tie, and well, logically speaking, were we ever going to wear a tie again? Yeah, so $2 ties.
Okay. I love $2 ties. Economical, functional.
Yeah.
Well, it gets you into places, so
Exactly.
I wouldn't discount your $2 tie. I wouldn't discount the $2 tie.
We got it. We got it.
You can just claim that you're recycling or you're upcycling.
Yeah. And speaking of ties, I think we're in a little bit of a tie ourselves because we're here at Wayne Tower. I mean, shouldn't we be tracking down where all these missing DC Comics villains have gone to? I mean, Dr. Crane and Papa Midnight can do some serious damage if they're not locked up.
Well, that's why we're here. This is Bruce Wayne's secret archive. Here's where Alfred, Lucius Fox, and Harvey Dent keep highly confidential information about every villain in the DC Comics universe.
This should be fun, kitty woman. Digging through more files, that is. Oh, I wish the Flash was not so occupied so he can help us see through this whole pile of crap.
Yeah, not my cup of tea.
Well, lead the way, Christine. We still have a lot to talk about on this DC Comics themed episode of Tomboy Tirade.
Yes, which also includes our news highlights for the weeks and breaking down 3 of DC Comics' most famous comic book titles on television today: The Flash, Gotham, and Constantine.
Sounds good. I'm ready to plunge in. Let's go.
Okay, and we skid mark our way into the news highlights, demon style, into our first piece of news on this episode with a huge question mark that we have on the Constantine franchise. Don't even get me started.
With the rising darkness, we gotta stop this thing before it has a mind to kill again. Being possessed by the spirit of a child. That entity inside is controlling her. I'm here to exercise an evil spirit. Things you're used to dealing with have more power. Or your old ways might not work. I bind you to your rightful place!
Constantine, all new. Friday at 10/9 Central after Grimm.
As you probably know, folks, we've had previous discussions on Tomboy Tirade as to why generally most of us feel the series didn't really do justice to the beloved Hellblazer character and the universe. And we were also quick to add that it was probably because the show was on network TV. The darkness of Constantine seems more appropriate for cable, so here we are biting the devil's fingernails to see if anything concrete has emerged from the negotiations and discussions that showrunner David Cerrone recently had with NBC. And, sorry Raven, we have yet, as of this recording, because you are a huge fan, right, to hear anything about season 2. Asked on Twitter if the show could be considered technically cancelled, Cerrone replied that NBC has made some early pickups, but #Constantine is not cancelled. We'll pitch them our plans for a second season in May, then they decide. Doo-doo-doo. I know. In the meantime, listeners, fingers to the keyboard on social media and hashtag save Constantine to do your part. Oh, yeah, I know. Take it up, Raven.
I didn't know. It's like Community in a way.
It's like Community. It keeps going on, and then it doesn't ever end.
It was like you keep hearing, okay, it's gonna be cancelled. It's gonna be cancelled.
It's like the infinite universe.
Cancel. 5 seasons and a movie.
Yeah, 6 seasons.
6 seasons in a movie.
Hey, miracles do happen.
Yeah.
And they've gotten the 6th season already.
Yeah.
I think that's something different from, say, American television to British television. It seems like, and whether it's a financial thing because of the BBC,
Yeah.
but they seem more comfortable with saying, we're going to do 2 seasons
Yeah.
and that's it. Whereas over here in America, it's like, wait, can it still make money? Let's do another season. Oh, it's a shitty project, but we can get one more season out of it.
That's right, because the British people, they know, like they've got a very good strong handle on the story, and they always like to go out on a high. With Americans, it's like, yeah, how much more blood can we squeeze from this property, or this franchise,
For American TV, they can go syndication. That's what they aim for. So they want to hit 100 episodes, they can go syndication, and when the money will just keep rolling in. So even it sucks, as long as I made it to like 100, it's like, oh, syndication! I don't have to work again for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and that explains everything about Smallville. So yeah.
Yeah, so Raven, what's the news highlight? What's the next piece of hot news in the DC Comics world?
There we have it. And our second #news highlight requires some heavy lifting, folks. Get it pumping.
Yeah.
Yes, it's official. DC Entertainment is leaving their building at 1700 Broadway in New York. Could you believe
Yes.
it? And to move on and heading to the Burbank to join Warner Brothers, their parent company. Why?
It's a convergence like no other.
Marvel Comics' cheeky response to the move is with a Guardians of the Galaxy heartbreaking video.
It's Rocket tearing up.
Yeah, it was a why me video, remember? Like
I'm actually not sure whether it was cheeky though. I think it was actually quite sincere.
yeah, this was really funny. I thought it was really cute.
But at the end of the day, I mean, they've all shared so much of creative talent. I think it sucks for the both of them.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, honestly, the two of them have got a very symbiotic relationship. They need each other.
They do.
Yeah, you can't have one without the other.
It's like Pride and Prejudice. Mr. Darcy meets, Elizabeth.
It's a
Well,
love
it's a more
story.
interesting love story than Titanic. So
It's the biggest love-hate story.
yeah, in fact, there's so much in sync right now. You've got convergence happening, and you've got secret wars happening by side.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing because, there's just so many titles that are coming out in the next 2 months. I think the fans are going to be like, what the hell is happening? Aren't they supposed to be moving? There's just so many things. What is this? Are they spewing all the shit that they didn't want to release prior to this
Yeah,
move?
well-
And then they realized, oh, we have all this shit, let's just, dump it on people for the next 2 months.
That actually sounds very possible.
Yeah, it's like they opened up their vault and they were like, oh my God, we have all these things. Get them out to the public now. Let's make money while we move.
It's like they're having a garage sale.
That's
They're like,
right.
oh, we're moving. We can't take it with us. Let's have a big fire sale, and then no one will notice that we move cross country.
You're so right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Woohoo! Bonfire night. Let's all gather around the campfire and talk about what we had in the vaults.
That's true.
Okay, here we go. Dr. Harrison Wells files. There's not a lot about his past before he started Star Labs.
No, wait here. Apparently, his fiance was murdered in a car crash. Look.
Always a dubious one, the Dr. Wells.
I think it's all that science he hides behind. And with all the mixed reviews we've gotten over the last few months of The Flash, what do you guys think of season 1 of the rebooted 2014 Flash TV series so far?
I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
Me
Yeah,
too.
it's
I loved it.
Okay, end of conversation.
Yes, that's it. Next segment.
yeah. No, it's actually currently my favorite TV show.
Go ahead, Mary. Ask it. Why did you kill my mother? Because I hate you. I've dreamed my whole life about saving her.
This is why you became the Flash. There's no choice here, Barry. You have to do this. You have to change the past.
Run. Barry. Run. I can save Mom.
At what cost?
Oh my God.
It cannot be stopped. What did you do? He's being erased from existence.
Who are you?
It's me, Mom. It's Barry.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's everything that a superhero show needs to be. As in it acknowledges and it takes pride in the fact that you got a guy who wears a skin tight costume and is moving at ridiculous speeds. It's everything that the DC movies are not.
Yes.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think one of the fun things about The Flash is any viewer watching the show kind of goes, okay, Barry Allen, and he kind of says it in his intro. Like, we all know he's going to be the Flash.
Yeah.
But we know the arc, but they get there so quickly, and he has fun doing it. And maybe because they've made him younger, he kind of has fun and he screws up and he's like, haha, I'm the fastest. Look what I can do. But that means it's fun and that makes it fun. Like he doesn't carry around the Bruce Wayne, my parents were killed,
And there's a little bit, I don't know if you guys noticed it or if it's something to do with the CW, but I feel like there's a little bit of buffiness in there because, you've got the team, you've got, everyone's playing up to their strengths, and my
The whole
particular...
Scooby
And you have the
stuff.
mentors.
To me, I particularly like my favorite character, I think, in there is Cisco. I really like Cisco. I think he's funny, and I think that what I like about it is that there are certain story arcs that really focus on Cisco, which is like recently. And I really like the episode where he gets killed apparently, but then
Spoiler alert! We forgot.
Well, you didn't tell me that you didn't watch.
No, I
the
watched
series.
it. I watched it. Just want to, like, in case there are audience out there.
Yeah, but whatever.
Hasn't seen
I
it.
mean, what I like is that they take time to sort of develop the other story arcs, like with Dr. Catelyn as well, Dr. Catelyn Snow. The only thing that I find really annoying about The Flash is the Iris West and Barry Allen romance thing. I find that really annoying.
Yeah.
But I think that's a superhero curse.
Yeah, you have to have a love triangle.
Yeah.
Not just about the love triangle. I mean, even if you were to look at let's say Arrow, nobody likes Laurel Lance.
No.
If you were to look at Smallville, nobody
Poor
liked
Laurel.
Lana Lang.
That's right.
Yeah, it just seems to be a curse. In fact, starting right from I would say maybe Batman and Robin, all the way till Iron Man, I don't think any superhero show has actually had a proper female lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One that you could tolerate. I mean, oh my god, when it came to Spider-Man,
No.
Kirsten Dunst. What were they thinking?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the same thing all over the place with all superhero shows for some reason.
Yeah. But I don't have an issue with that. I mean, like, I know that when you're a superhero, right, you always don't really have the luxury of really maintaining A-grade status on both your superhero life and your relationship, But I think what really annoys me is I think the actress that plays Iris West in this series
She's so
is
ditzy.
really annoying.
I'll admit, like, I have not read a lot of Flash comics, so I don't know what the character of Iris West is like in the comics, but I know on the television show, it feels like she's not given enough to do.
Yeah.
Correct.
So she's just the girlfriend.
Very one-dimensional.
Yeah, she's super one-dimensional, and I'm like, you could make her smarter, or you know what I mean? Like, you could give her more depth and give her something to do. But she's just kind of
Correct.
eye candy, and she's, she just looks like she's gonna be bait. She's gonna be bait, or she's gonna be eye candy.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Look at how she investigated her supervisor's death. She didn't do much. She just asked the guys for help. Hey Flash, can you help me look into it? Hey boyfriend.
And then she wears all these hot outfits from the 80s, like those flash dance outfits to work. I'm like, okay.
Okay, I do not have a problem with that at all. Actually,
Of course you don't.
I do not have a problem with
No,
that. I mean,
but
80s fashion best. So
I don't know. But here's another thing. Do you think Grant Gustin is just too young to portray the Flash?
Okay, I admit, right, long time ago, I actually watched Glee. That is, I need to confess. I actually
Really? It was
watched
a long,
Glee.
long time ago? I thought it was just like...
And he
Glee
played,
just ended last month.
he was Sebastian
Sebastian.
Smythe on
Yes.
Glee.
And I actually liked him though. I mean, it was only there for 4 episodes.
Wait, you counted the number of episodes?
Yeah, she does. She's geek that way.
I can count like 1,
She can
2,
count.
3, 4.
Grant Gustin, if you're listening to this, be careful.
That's right.
Yeah. Watch out, who's
He played such
There's
a jerk,
someone
though.
keeping count
But
on you.
there's something likable about him. That's the thing. So when they actually announced his casting, everyone's like, "Boo! Like, man, there! Why is this young dude?" I actually thought it was like, I was actually really excited. Partly because he's, well, not because I have a crush on him. No, but I thought that he would bring a very interesting take. Because I remember.
No, I'm actually with Raven on this one.
Okay, I don't want to do any spoiler alerts, but let's just say, I mean, the way the Flash series is going right now and how they're bringing in like the Reverse Flash and things like that, right? There could be a possibility that with Grant Gustin's, with his history of playing someone cheeky, so there is a possibility that the current Flash could, go bad for a period of time.
Well, actually, in the comics, I mean, nobody wants to remember this, but back when Mark Waid was writing Barry Allen, we did find out that he had a twin.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, it's one of those arcs that nobody wants to remember. Yeah. In fact, actually, Cisco, I'm really excited to see whether he becomes Vibe.
Yeah, but there were
That's
some hints,
true.
right, in the trailer.
As in that he might actually get some powers.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was like, "Oh, this is so cool!" Yeah.
Yeah, because Vibe would be actually a very interesting character, given that he's able to control frequencies. He's actually sincerely one of the few people on the Justice League who could take down the Flash.
Yes, that's right. We have yet to see that, But what I also really like is the fact that they put in John Wesley Shipp in there. To play his dad, which is really a nice touch because it's really like passing on the DNA because he did the original Flash TV series in 1990. Oh, and another nice touch. Mark Hamill.
Yes!
Mark Hamill.
The infamous line!
Yes.
No spoiler
The
alert.
trickster.
but
Spoiler
yeah.
alert. Can we spoil it?
That's the key word, right? Clue. Mark Hamill. Not gonna say anymore.
The clue.
Yeah, the clue.
Episode 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mark Hamill as the trickster, for me, what was a way of CW saying, you know what, this guy, he's the real Joker.
That's right. Right?
Oh, yeah,
Right.
he'll always be my
the
Joker.
Joker, man. Seriously. But does this mean that he went to the dark side? from DC to Marvel?
Yeah, actually. Actually, Mark Hamill will be one of the two people playing on the two biggest franchises right now.
Yeah.
He's playing both sides. He's a double agent.
Well, if anyone's read the comics, you will know that Luke Skywalker did spend his time as a double agent.
Yeah, that's right. So he's playing up to his strengths.
Yeah, so when he wasn't checking the converters, he was reading comics on Tatooine because there was nothing to do on that planet.
It's kind of boring, you know.
Got anything on Dr. Crane?
Yeah, here.
These say he's been manufacturing.
How do these villains in Gotham get access to these things? Like how?
I don't know. I mean, with access to people like Don Maroney, for example, anything can happen. I won't even step foot into Arkham Asylum, guys.
Speaking of Arkham, it says here that a month ago, patients were experiencing psychotic episodes during a study.
I bet that study was done under Dr. Crane.
Exactly. Do you think they're holding up at Arkham?
I wouldn't be surprised since it houses some of the world's most iconic comic book villains in history. And speaking of iconic, I know that Ryan, you have a lot to say about this. About this series that just went completely wrong.
It's your time now, Ryan.
That's right.
We're gonna get comfortable. Go.
Here you go. Here's the here's the sighing pillow.
Okay,
Everybody
sit back and relax. and this is the part where I go, so back in 1992. No, but seriously, back in 1992 I fell in love with Batman.
Of course, we all did, right?
Yeah, and then I just don't feel he's had very great luck. I mean, I'll be very honest, I hate the Dark Knight trilogy.
I had my reservations about the Dark Knight trilogy, but then I thought, okay, you know what? Let's just give it a chance. Let's just see what Christopher Nolan has up his sleeve. I can tell you that I really enjoyed the first one. And
Yes, same here.
I kind of like the beginning of the last one, but I absolutely detested the second one, in which everybody said Heath Ledger was like the greatest Joker ever. And I was like, no freaking
No, I
way.
love Heath Ledger's
Am I the only
portrayal
one who
of the
thought that
Joker.
he... no, I'm sorry. No.
No, I love it. No, I love it in the sense of a testament to his acting. But I think it's one of the worst Jokers ever.
Yes. I mean, and the makeup too. I mean, I have to give it to the makeup people. I mean, that was fantastic makeup. But I'm sorry, Jack Nicholson is still my favorite Joker. And in terms of animation, I think Mark Hamill, is up there on the top for me. Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's Hamill flat out, followed by Nicholson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no one else, seriously.
Batman Arkham City is essentially a character-driven experience. So the most important thing is to have the right voices for those characters. Working with Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy is fantastic for us. Like most people, when you read the comics, these are the voices you hear of Batman and Joker. So yeah, it's very hard to imagine the game without them. When you see Mark become the Joker when he's actually in the recording booth and doing these voices, he actually physically kind of twists himself and manifests himself into Joker.
Surprise! You fell for the old sick Joker guy, Batman.
There's something about scary clowns
You know, that it just creeps people out. But you of all people should know there's plenty wrong with me. His purpose in Batman's orderly world is just to mess him up big time.
Take my blood, for example. I wish somebody would. This stuff is killing me.
Why should I care?
Because now there's a teeny little bit of me in you too, Bats.
He gets great joy out of just the most sadistic, oddball things.
Every Batman fanboy was like, "Oh my God, Heath Ledger, he's like the bomb," and I was like, "Oh my God, am I the only one who thinks that he sucked?"
I don't know. I'm starting to have problems with Batman fanboys. Every time they say, "Oh, I love Batman because I love the Dark Knight trilogy," and I'm like, Are you kidding me? In the Dark Knight trilogy was one of the most pathetic depictions of Batman. He sat around the movies moping.
He was like the emo Batman.
Yeah, I mean, look at Michael Keaton's Batman. And nobody thought Michael Keaton was going to pull off Batman.
Yes.
I mean, he said, "I'm Batman" way before Chris Bale did it.
Yeah.
And when he said, "I'm Batman," it wasn't because he needed to get something out of his throat. He said it because it was actually establishing who he was.
Yeah. But you know what I liked about Tim Burton's version, and I always will like Tim Burton's version because Tim Burton is quirky. He's quirky himself, right?
Yeah.
But he brought that manic quirkiness into the world of Gotham.
But he made the Penguin kind of gross.
Yeah, but that penguin the penguin was just out for me. Yeah, but I just like the way that he brought, like, Michael Keaton was quirky. You can see that there's some kind of madness in his eyes at certain times.
He is Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but but if you think of yourself as Batman and you grew up that way with your parents all dead and shit.
You're not balanced. Is that what you're saying? You're not balanced.
Yeah, you can be emo, but you can be a bit out there, violent and off.
Yeah.
You can't be all the time sitting in Wayne Manor. "Oh, Alfred, I'm so sad today."
I think what we missed in like the Dark Knight trilogy is one of the reasons I love Batman the Animated Series is because we saw, and you really heard it in Kevin Conroy's voice inflection, you saw the likeness when he was Bruce Wayne, the Playboy. We didn't get any of that, like with Chris Bale, who's easy on the eyes. So you're like, well, why don't we get any of the Bruce Wayne? Oh no, we get mopey Bruce Wayne. Wait,
Yeah.
I think one of the best things that came out of all of the Dark Knight movies was the fact that everyone now can do a Bane voice. You just have to put your hand over your mouth.
I want eggs on my toast.
I don't know. For me, people were saying, well, at least this Bane is better than the one in Batman and Robin. I'm not too sure if that's true. I think they're just equally bad. I'm actually sick and tired of seeing white people like this, Ra's al Ghul.
Thank you.
In fact, that is my only gripe with Arrow.
Yes, that they cast an Australian, a white man.
Yeah, because, I mean, okay, in fact, I got really excited because there were rumors that they were going to cast Oded Fehr.
Oh, he'd be perfect. Sorry.
Exactly. Oded Fehr would be the perfect Ra's al Ghul. He looks it, And then you got this guy. I mean, I don't know. First, you got Jake Gyllenhaal doing Prince of Persia, and now you got this.
Oh, that reminds me of that film.
But back to Gotham.
Yes.
I mean, let's talk about why Gotham, the TV series, has not taken off as well as The Flash, and what are the things you guys find so wrong with it?
You're all too young.
I'm sorry, but the first 10 episodes of Gordon going down to report to Mr. 10-year-old on his parents' death and stuff. I mean, come on, man. You're like a police officer. Do your job without meeting up the kid every day.
Not only that, why is Bruce Wayne the kid sitting in Wayne Manor, putting up a corkboard full of newspaper reports,
good Lord,
which he has been looking at for the last 9 months? I mean, like, given that this usually TV series lasts like 9 months, right? And I'm taking it, in real time. He's been staring at that board for like 9 months, and then going out on camping trips, and then falling down hills, and then crying on Alfred's shoulder. I'm like, oh my God, I can't take this Bruce Wayne anymore.
No, but this is the Bruce Wayne that's going to grow up to Christian Bale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is where they... Yeah, there's a lot of signposting from Nolan's version, which I completely abhor.
Exactly.
I love Michael Caine as an actor. Like, I love everything he's done. I agree with my husband that both of us could not stand how he chose to voice Alfred.
Mm-hmm.
To me, Alfred Pennyworth being a butler and a valet and being kind of posh.
And a former soldier who served in the
Yeah.
Royal Army.
Yeah, was that in the Nolan continuity?
In the Nolan continuity is played by Michael Caine, who gave him a very kind of working class British
Cockney.
accent.
Yeah, Cockney
like a
accent.
Cockney, instead of being like Alfred, like Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. in the cartoon, where he's very posh. You know?
No, this one is a complete. I'm from South London.
Yeah.
Why are you a butler?
I think what infuriates me about Gotham, which is the thing that made me crabby about Smallville, is why does the hero have to meet every single rogue villain in the span of a series or in the span of a season? It's like, okay, so Bruce has met Catwoman, he's met Poison Ivy, he's met Penguin,
Riddler,
he's
Penguin,
met he's met all of them.
Joker.
Yeah, in half of a season or a whole season.
They have a list.
Yeah, I don't know. I think honestly they should have just taken a leaf out of GCPD's comics and just pretended that Batman doesn't exist. I would have preferred to see a police procedural that kind of brought James Gordon's character to the commissioner that we'll know he becomes. And somewhere along the way, if in season 5 you see Bruce Wayne again and he's slightly older and he's got a whole angsty thing going on, trying to become a vigilante, I think that's okay because that is part of his journey. What I don't get is, how old are all of his villains going to be when he's Batman?
Yeah.
Good point.
Great point.
Correct. They'll like we mentioned earlier. I think you said that they're all going to be in an old folks' home, riding the wheelchair wave.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne's going to break into like Arkham Geriatry or something, and he's going to be all like, "You there? I beat you today."
Yeah, or "You there? Let's all play bingo and see who wins."
Yeah, this is why he had to find a League of Assassins. He needed to learn how to play bingo.
Just a toy. That's why I just wanna be a boy. I can't think to be a future queen, trotting at the side of Superman. Wanna be I can't help, I wanna be a
Right, let's go. We've pretty much narrowed down a location where all 3 villains could be.
Here.
What is this?
High-tech ammunition and a voodoo doll of Papa Midnight?
Why? We have our guns, kitty.
Yeah.
Guns are like, you're dealing with psychopaths here with actual powers. You need serious ammo.
I concur.
Okay. Now, come on, let's go before they... Shit, what's that?
It's coming from under this building.
Look, guys, outside. It's Batman, Flash, and Constantine entering the building.
Which means we have to go. Bye, guys, and get those files back to GCPD before someone else accesses them.
That's right. See you guys on the other side.
But
yeah,
how do we get out?
Here, secret stairwell. It'll take you to the garage where Lucius will be waiting for you. Hurry up.
Okay. Stay safe, guys.
Bye.
Okay, hurry, Raven.
I am.
Where do you think you're running off to? You can't hide or run from me, the Scarecrow.
Dr. Crane!
AKA the Scarecrow!
Run, Raven, run! Oh man, I think I'm still seeing things. Oh, well, that's the end of another explosive episode of Tomboy Tirade. Thanks for listening, folks. If you enjoyed this episode of Tomboy Tirade, don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes and Stitcher. And of course, please give us feedback, people. We've also got a great website with everything you want to read about being a tomboy in today's world. Check it out at www.tomboy-tarts.com.
And if you just want to connect with us outside of the show, we are also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Tumblr. Just type Tomboy Tarts.
That's right. And if you have any inquiries about advertising, collaborating, or appearing on this podcast or our blog, drop us an email at tomboy.tarts@gmail.com. Because We are everywhere, everywhere. Until the next 2 weeks, Padres. Ciao and adios, amigos.